What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Proper Gaming Talk Show. We're your hosts, Sansology, fair enough, Patty, and Jada / Gimme the Fupa,
aka Gimme the Fupa.
See, I said it before you could, so.
But I say it better than you do.
Bro, you got some like alien shit happening in the corner of your camera. What's happening over there? You got some like halo effect going on.
What are you talking about? Oh, sorry. That's just my demigodhood showing.
Demigodhood.
My bad.
Oh, it's actually showing up in the actual recording. Oh, it kind of is. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. We hope you had a fantastic week. Gamescom was this week, which low-key we both forgot about. But we did.
So I forgot about, and y'all motherfuckers better say happy birthday, because it was my birthday, bitch.
Exactly. You can't expect us to remember when it was his birthday on opening night live. Like, come on. Come on. We're doing other things, okay? We were doing other things.
So I tried to do myself a double task and tried to catch up at work, and then I saw some reveals that literally made me want to get on the floor and start screaming. So I was like, I can't really catch up here. I gotta finish this at home. They were actually bringing some fire this year. I mean, I think they always bring fire, but like other people are really, really high standards for some fucking reason instead of just enjoying what we get. Like not even just like settling, I'm not saying, but just enjoying the discussion of video games, seeing new ideas.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Even if it's not. Like, even if it's not something you're into, it's just like, just gaming. It's kind of how, like, people say, I could just watch any football game all day. I love fucking football so much. It doesn't matter what team it is. Like, you know, so, like, it's kind of like the same. That's kind of how I feel with video games. Like,
I will say that Gamescom, in my opinion, is, like, the smallest one out of, like, the Summer Game Fests. Just because, like, the only big announcement day is opening night live. The rest of the 4 days is more of like an in-person event. So it's great for like, you know, a replacement to E3 because, you know, they're doing live showcases on the floor, they're doing dev talks, they're doing cosplay events, they're doing they're doing like a whole award show for the whole event. That's cool. That's really cool. But if you go there, as someone watching it from home, the only thing we're going to be actually paying attention to is opening night live. Because that's where we're getting all the big announcements, all the big trailers. Whereas like Summer Games Fest is like they have different showcases for like 4 days.
Actually, there are other showcases going on. There's the Future Game Show.
Yeah,
Like there's other. Look, for people that don't have access to multiple resources of gaming, there's maybe one. But like people that like have other platforms, there was like at least 2 or 3 other like games, like festivals, you know, that you could have watched to like get some good gaming announcements or reviews.
I'm just saying, like the majority of Gamescom is mostly just like dev talks and deep dives into stuff for like 4 days. That's basically it.
It's like a lot of panels. And
stuff. Which is fine. I love that. I love hearing stuff from those devs like that. But in terms of like, you know, big announcements and shit like that, we're not going to get those at panels, right? We're going to get those from like,
you never know. They be dropping
they drop some stuff, but like you have to really like sit there and listen and watch like 4 hours of panel.
Because they sprinkle stuff in.
Shit is like,
they dropped Blasphemous. They dropped Blasphemous 2 today, and I didn't know. The only reason why I knew is because I went on Steam to just check to see what was going on, and it was on the Gamescom page, which means if I would have kept watching, I would have seen that.
True.
It got announcements throughout the whole thing.
True.
I mean, is it as intensive? I would say no, not as much as Summer Gamescom or whatever. But like it's still whatever it is. But it's like every showcase that happens now, there's reveals and stuff, even at things that are unrelated. The Game Awards has turned into a literal mini showcase.
Oh, not a mini showcase. It's one of the biggest showcase events of the year.
And it's a Game Award show. It's not a showcase show, but they make it into that. So
exactly.
Like I feel like everything every year, we're always getting constant showcases now.
Oh no,
because
you're right.
It's not around. So like, so for some people that's good because you get that constant flow of gaming energy,
yeah.
synergy. For others, they're just like, all right, this is too much to keep up with. Just put it all in 1 year. Just put it all in 1 to 3 days for the whole year.
And we've had this conversation at length. We've had this conversation basically every year. So I highly recommend you guys go check out some of our other videos where we talk about this because our opinions still have not changed much at all on this topic. So highly recommend. We'll link to it up above so you can go check them out. But today we are here to give you our top 5 biggest surprises, and these are biggest surprise either trailers, release dates, additions, features, whatever that they announced at Opening Night Live for Gamescom 2023. So, without further ado, we're going to jump into the 2 that he and I have in common, and then we're going to do our own personal ones. So, number 5, I guess, we're just going to riff it off. Nightingale has a release date of September 22nd. They finally announced it because it got delayed last year. It was supposed to come out, I guess it was supposed to come out last year, right?
Yeah.
And it was delayed in 2022. I don't know if it was supposed to come out last year or if it was supposed to come out this year, but either way.
It was 2023. It was 2023.
Okay. Either way, it was delayed, and they didn't say when we were going to get an update. They just said, hey, we're just delaying it. We don't have an update for you. We'll give you one when we get one. But this is definitely a big game that was announced a while ago. We got like a couple updates, over the Summer Games Fest and Gamescom and stuff. And we kept on getting trailers. I think it was announced, 2 years ago, I want to say?
It was announced at the Game Awards 2021.
Yeah. So, and that was the announcement trailer was dope. It looked like loads of fun. It looked like so much fun. But I'm like, oh, there's a lot happening in this game. There's a big payoff that's going to happen with it. So I wasn't surprised when it got delayed last year at all.
I was disappointed, but I had so many other things to play, so...
Exactly, right? And then, everything was getting delayed, too. Everything was getting delayed. So many games got delayed in 2021 that were released in 2022, and then so many games got delayed in 2022 that are being released now. We have so many games releasing now.
No, I would say we have games more from 2021 releasing this year. A lot of stuff got delayed from, 2020 to 2021.
Sure.
Oh my god, it was ridiculous. Half those games that came out this year were supposed to come out a year and a half ago.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. But for this one, we got
the trickle effect.
For this one, the release date comes with a caveat because it's not a full release date. It's an early access release date, which I'm like,
Oh, do you see that demigodhood showing? Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's a demigodhood. Well, it's not coming.
Look what I have here. It's great. It's a PC.
You're cropped in the actual recording, so none of us can see that.
Oh, fuck you.
We can only see the little hand. There it is. There you go. Yes, you are an RGB god, okay? We get it.
I fucking love early access. Shout out to you, losers.
Oh, man. You know what? I might be able to end up to play the early access depending on what the specs are because I am finally getting my buddy's PC. Just got to get a hard drive with an OS, so that'll be interesting. But it's happening, guys. I'm ascending slowly. I'm climbing the golden steps slowly.
It's all right. My first PC was nothing. It was able to beat out my PS4, so I was happy.
Yeah, that's the thing. If my PC can't beat out my PS5, what's the point? So
right. It was, and I watched videos on that, what would be the PS5 equivalent PC, and the price was around
it's a lot.
It's a lot. The price wasn't that bad. It was around
$2,000,
about 1,000.
That's it.
1,000, 1,300, I would say.
Fair. But either way.
I
know Nightingale was one of your most anticipated games, when it was announced.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I loved it, and it's funny because the first thing I said when I saw this, I was like, "Huh, doesn't look like it did when we saw that first trailer."
No, it does look different. Yeah,
it looks a lot more stuttery. I was like, oh, now that they've actually gotten us hooked, Now they can show us what the game really looks like.
Right. Because the first time we saw it, we still saw a little bit of gameplay.
It was gorgeous.
But mostly cinematic. It was mostly cinematic with a little bit of gameplay. And it gave me the same vibes as that like Cowboy Van Helsing game that we got, but it was first person instead of third person. So because they were announced at the same time, so and they were very, very similar. Like they're both like Victorian fighting demons and shit. I forget what the other game was. You played it. You liked it a lot. Forget what the name was. It was that Hell Cowboy game where you're fighting vampires and shit.
Evil West.
Evil West. Thank you. I just call it the Cowboy Van Helsing.
Oh my god, it's so much fun. I love that.
Yeah,
game.
no, it did look like an absolute blast. But the games look very similar. This one's Victorian era. The other one was Wild West. But similar vibes.
Yeah.
But either way, this one's more like monsters and witches and shit. But apparently now it's also like time traveling. So that's an interesting addition that I was not expecting from this game because it's not what I got from the first trailer. So
yeah, I mean, I like a game that constantly surprises you. So I'm all okay with it. You know, I'm just ready to see what the final product is. I will be picking that up. Oh, you console people. I will be picking that up on early release, cha-ching. And I just like playing with you guys. You know, it's all love. Yeah. It's fine. But yeah, I was very, very excited about that. That one was amazing.
Yeah. What you want to give us the next one that we're both kind of excited for?
Yeah, it was literally the first trailer.
It was. But I was not expecting it. I was not expecting
exactly
this at all.
Like freaking Little Nightmares 3. Oh man, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, cause I have a couple friends that play it. Ed plays it, and like he loves it. And
I played both games. They're both absolutely incredible games.
Yeah, no, you told me about both of them.
They're so good. They're so charming and.
No, yeah, no doubt.
They are kind of scary. I'm not even gonna lie. They are legitimately like. There's some parts of that game that got my heartbeat racing. Appeal, right? I was like, holy shit.
That's part of its appeal.
The one thing though I have to say with this one, I was surprised that we're getting it just because like Little Nightmares 2 was a prequel to the first game, so and the first game left off in a way that didn't entirely like lead into a sequel or anything. Mm-hmm. And the second game gave us a lot of context for the first game and really surprising context. It was really, 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 really good. Both games had some really, really good like scares, not like jump scares, but like just extremely tense moments, right? This game from the trailer looks like we get some of those tense moments, but so far it looks like the tenseness and the suspense and the creepiness of it all is toned down a little bit more. It's also more along the lines of a co-op game now, sort of like Unravel 2 or It Takes Two. It's giving me those vibes, which I do like the rise of those style of games, but I don't know how I feel about it in Little Nightmares.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that, of course, it's the third game. They're trying to really expand and trying to shake things up a little bit. But I like that they didn't try to do something too much or too gimmicky that would completely destroy the foundation of the game. So
I mean, this whole little like co-op, like 2-player co-op survival game is turning into a gimmick for sure. I mean, Unravel 2 was incredible. It Takes Two won Game of the Year, which was nuts.
But it fits in this kind of like
it does in this kind of style.
Yeah, it definitely fits. I would say I was talking about like when games just kind of put something in there just for it to be in there. You know,
and I'm hoping that's not what they're doing here. I'm really hoping that this mechanic and this style works well in this world, and I kind of feel like it will because there's been situations in the previous games where you have someone that helps you out. Like an NPC controlled character that will help you out through certain areas. And I was like, oh man, this is co-op that would have been actually really, really cool. So having that in this game might actually work. It'll be interesting. But we see in the other games we had like the cook who was like this creepy long-armed guy. Freaking so eerie, so just what the hell? This one we get like a giant doll, like ceramic looking doll thing, and I'm just like,
Yeah, that's fucking creepy to a lot of people.
It might be creepy to some, yeah, but like in this type of situation, for me, I was just like, oh, okay. The reason the previous games were so creepy was because it was so weird. Like it was something that we've never actually seen before. Like, you know, short-bodied, long extending arms. Like that like, you know, the whole idea of unreasonably long appendages is something that's like creepy as hell. Whereas this one is just a giant ceramic doll, not inherently weird, like as weird as what the other games have done.
I mean, it could change into something else. It could change if you don't know.
It totally could. We have no idea. It's the first trailer we've gotten. So
exactly.
I might just be being overly critical. But
just be happy. Just be fucking happy.
Yeah.
But I mean, that point does lead me into, I guess, my next point and my next game. Or do you want to go next?
No, go for it. You had the good. That was a very good segue.
So I was gonna say, when I saw this game, I literally wanted to jump up and just start screaming, or collapse to the ground and then start screaming. I don't know which one will come first. I would just be on the ground screaming, because we got fucking Killing Floor 3. I was like. That was like that was probably one of the most unexpected reveals I've seen in a long time. I was like, because it was putting together what I thought was a flesh pound, and for all you that play the game, you know what I'm talking about. And I was just like, I was like, oh my god! And then I saw the 3. I didn't even need to see the whole time. I was like, fuck yeah! That was a flesh pound! Oh my god, it was so good. And we got a brief little segment of gameplay, and just from that alone, I could tell it's going to be a nice game.
It does look really good. I'm not going to lie. I have not played any of the other games, unfortunately.
I just need to feel. I need to see what the movement is like. The FPS goodness, and I'm talking that Doom, that traditional fast pace. I need to feel that movement and see what that feels like, because it'll tell me a lot about the game. So I mean, I could go into a little bit of my history with it. I've loved Killing Floor since it finally released on peak consoles. And back when I was just on console, back when I was just a console player, and my last years of the PlayStation 4, I started noticing how many games I don't have access to that are looking cool. Because I'll see these trailers on YouTube and I'll be like, it's not in the PlayStation Store. What's going on? It's like, oh, it's PC only. And it's just like, oh, you fuckers. Oh, it's going to get to the consoles next year and a half. Cool. Like, so, like, it finally came to, after stalking it, I knew about it from, like, a couple years before. But then it finally released on PS4 in, like, 2016 or something. And I stalked it. And I played that game, like, that was, like, my Left 4 Dead. That was, like, my Halo. That was, like, my version of Call of Duty or Halo. Like, it was just my multiplayer shooter. First-person multiplayer shooter for a long time. Probably like good 5 or 6 years. I played that shit every fucking day, every night. Like thousands of hours logged on that shit. Oh, so good. And then when I got a PC, I actually loved it so much I went back and got the first one. So it was and that was really good. So like I'm a long-time Killing Floor fan. So and the reason why I kind of fell out of it is because I started playing more fast-paced and a little bit more modern and retro games that like just felt better to play, like movement-wise and stuff like that, than Killing Floor. And I kind of started realizing that it was kind of dated. Like, I would go to play Doom Eternal, and then you know how how crazy that is, and then come back to here, and I'm like...
That game probably has the best movement mechanic for any FPS ever made.
Yeah,
I would argue.
Yeah, exactly.
Besides like something like more traditional, like Titanfall 2. But like Titanfall 2, I think, has the best mil-sim movement mechanic ever. Mm-hmm. But... for like a more arcadey FPS, Doom Eternal, 100%. Like I can't even go back and play Doom 2016 anymore after playing Doom Eternal. Like it's night and day. And I thought Doom 2016 was good. Nah. Eternal is like God tier.
Yeah, I mean, and now for that shit at fucking 140 frames. I love you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you.
But no, Killing Floor 2, yeah, that was a surprise because they didn't even hint at that or anything. Like,
no, Killing Floor 3, yeah.
When did Killing Floor 2 release?
It released, I think, back in 2014, but it didn't get to the consoles till 2016.
Oh, okay. It was like that staggered release.
Yeah. And then Killing Floor 1 was like way back when we were like, I think Killing Floor 1 was in like 2009.
Killing Floor 1 was 2009.
Yeah.
And then this is 2016 for 2, and 3 is going to be 2020. Yeah, so it's been a while. It's been a while since we had a Killing Floor game. So I'm super happy for you.
Years.
That's lit.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. So hopefully we'll get a release date that is relatively soon, like maybe February, March. I won't have to wait too long. You know, I'll still be finishing Alan Wake 2 and
all
Spider-Man,
these other
Logan,
games. Oh my god.
Sonic. Fucking.
Yo, for
oh
real.
my god.
For real.
It hurts. It fucking hurts. But it hurts so good.
Right.
Stuff me more, Daddy. Oh my god.
Bro, calm down. So speaking about things that were not even hinted at, maybe hinted at vaguely, but not really. We got the first movie trailer for Zach Snyder's rejected Star Wars movie, Rebel Moon, which got picked up by Netflix. And I just want to say that I absolutely love Zack Snyder talking about this, like when what's his face was like asking him like, "Hey, where'd you get this idea for Rebel Moon? What was this?" Obviously, he can't mention that it was a Star Wars movie originally because it got rejected by Disney. They're like, "Nah, buddy, we don't like this." So of course he's like, "Oh, I just love team building movies and sci-fi movies. So I thought this would be a really good idea." It's like, come on, we all know what this really was. We all know what you were trying to do. Now, like he obviously like this, he put through this movie, like suggested this movie back in like the 2000s, right?
Yeah.
As like before the sequel trilogy came out, it was supposed to be like Star Wars for adults. This is before Rogue One. This is before Episode 3, Solo, any of that stuff. For Mandalorian, this is supposed to be like a nitty gritty Star Wars movie for adults, and that would have been lit. Zack Snyder's not my favorite director, but he's also not my least favorite. Right? He's just another gimmick director, in my opinion. He's like I would say a more artistic, a more deep, compelling version of Michael Bay, right? So he's a more cultured version of Michael Bay. That's my hot take. But the movie
I didn't go to film school, so I don't know.
the trailer for Rebel Moon gives me a lot of different sci-fi vibes. It's like every single sci-fi movie roped into one. It's given Dune vibes. It's given Star Wars vibes. It's given Firefly vibes. It's given Avatar vibes. It's a little bit of freaking everything. It's given Chronicles of Riddick vibes, okay? It's literally every single sci-fi movie rolled into one giant sci-fi burrito. That's Rebel Moon, sorry. And we all knew this movie was coming out by Netflix. But what I was surprised in is that they are also doing a video game tie-in that takes place after the movie, after both parts of the movie, which I was not expecting. That's super cool. And as soon as he announced it, I was like, oh, that's actually super lit. However, I was reading more into it, and the assumption is that it's going to be released on Netflix's game subscription service. And that makes me significantly less hype. Because if you haven't seen some of the games on the subscription service, they're like mobile targeted games. And this is like, no. Just no. I'm good. I don't think anyone has actually touched any of the Netflix games. I would love to see some metrics on that. I feel like Netflix is losing money on that, but I don't know. It's only been like a year maybe. So
I mean, they gotta actually treat this like a serious endeavor, just like Microsoft treated it like a serious endeavor. Because they were like, "Yo, Microsoft's coming out with a console. The fuck? That's funny." Like, and now it's up there like competing with Sony, who's already had skin in the game, and now it's just so you can't really count any developers out. But these corporations have to take it seriously. Like it's not just like video games is $1 billion company. Small rant. Yeah. It's $1 billion company, and like they're just like, oh, let me just throw this out there. Just throw this out there and make it shiny and put a name on it,
yeah,
and people will buy it. You know, so they got to really commit if they want to make it something valuable. I hope this would be more like at least like a platformer or like a shoot 'em up game. Like this seems like it would be a good shoot 'em up game. Just don't make it a mobile. As long as it's not a mobile game, it'll be fine. Like even if it's like a small indie game or AA game, it'll be fine if it's just anything besides that.
Yeah. No, 100%. The one thing I am kind of interested in though is it's going to be like a team-based competitive multiplayer game, which is a lot of buzzwords. But basically, he said that you can pick your like whatever rebel you want, and the rebels are like the characters in the movie. And then they'll go off on missions and objectives and have their own little side stuff. So it sounds kind of cool. It sounds interesting. I'm interested to see what this will turn into. But it's going to be a wait and see. Obviously, this is the first announcement. We only got the first trailer for the movie tonight, or on opening night live rather. So it is a wait and see. We'll see what actually comes of this. But cool. I am all for video game adaptations to expand universes. I think that's really, really dope.
I mean, they've always been really good at that. Generally, of course, you have your duds with anything. But I mean, they generally do a good job as long as they stick to the formula. Sure. Don't try to make it too like gimmicky, and just know who they are and know your audience. Like it's very very simple. So no, yeah, that was a good surprise. It was. I wasn't hyped for that surprise, but it wasn't the worst thing I've seen.
I like it just because like the idea of Rebel Moon is something that I'm really into because I love like their space operas, their space epics. Like I love the first Dune movie, not the original, but like the remake. That movie, in my opinion, was just an absolute masterpiece of a movie. I'm so excited for the part 2. Holy shit.
Yeah, I can't follow
excited.
It, but
so excited.
That's me.
It was a long ass movie, so I don't judge people for not getting into it. You have to really like that genre.
I mean, it looks interesting. It's just that
it's just a lot of lore. It's a lore dump. Yeah, honestly.
Whenever I'm in the mood to watch that, it's late at night. I'm stoned as fuck.
Exactly.
I'm like, all right, let's try to get into this.
You got to be sober going into that movie, because otherwise you're not going to follow it. You're going to be so lost.
If I have gone throughout the day, I cannot watch that movie. Period. It doesn't matter if I'm sober or not.
Fair.
I'll fall fucking asleep. Like I was like, oh yeah, you gotta really sit down and commit. And then all the jargon that they're using, and you're like, what the fuck is this? This makes no sense. I didn't read the fucking books. Like
I tried to read the book. I cannot get into the book because it's even more of a lore dump. Like that book is basically an appendix of lore for the first like 20 something chapters. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So much backstory. Ungodly levels of backstory that I'm just like...
Speaking of which, I can't really see more about that game. I'm surprised I didn't see that game.
Oh, yeah, the game. Yeah, no, the
I'm
game.
I totally
forgot about the game.
Yeah.
We'll probably see more at the Game Awards. But speaking about seeing more from a game, one thing that I knew was coming, and we've been getting updates and just more trailers and stuff, but we never really got as deep into detail into the new stuff that this game was going to be introducing until opening that live at Gamescom 2023 was Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Now I know a lot of people are just fed up with 2077. However, the game had a comeback. Like it was the best-selling game on Steam randomly like just a couple months ago. So that's kind of nuts. The game's been fixed substantially. It plays so much better. It's such a good-ass game. I still love the story and the lore and the gameplay even before, but it just had a lot of performance issues. And didn't deliver on a good amount of shit. But what I did not expect at all was that Phantom Liberty was essentially going to be a complete revamp of the game. Like, not only is the game doing, quality of life shit, it's doing the traditional, like, hey, we're giving you more weapons, new clothing, new vehicles, that kind of thing that every expansion or DLC will give you no matter what. But they overhauled the entire cyberware system 100%. They overhauled the driving combat, vehicle combat, completely overhauled. Like there's weapons on your car now. You can do maneuvers in your car. Like they did this whole segment where like Max Tac is called. If you don't know Max Tac, they're like the SWAT of Cyberpunk. But they do this whole little instance where they spin around just blasting bullets out of every direction in the car, killing everyone in a circle and just driving off. And I was like, what the fuck did I just see? Holy shit. And on top of that, I mean, they have a whole new skill tree for relic upgrades now. So you have like a whole relic skill tree that you can do. And the relic is like the shit that was inside your head that Johnny Silverhand was the result of. That, but then they have, a completely new, you can like tweak the cyberware now from what I saw a little bit. Like you can like adjust the level of like, how overhauled that cybernetic implant is in your body. Because apparently they're also introducing cyberpsychosis into this. And on top of all of that, which I know is an absolute lot, all of these updates are also going to be included into the base game for free in a 2.0 update for Cyberpunk 2077. And that's just crazy. So even if you don't get Phantom Liberty, all of those updates for Phantom Liberty are going to be released into the base game.
I mean, that's brilliant because now people will probably get it based on that. It's like, it's like, oh, they weren't being cheap about it and they just gave this to me anyway. Fuck it, I'll get your fucking DLC.
Right? Like that in and of itself is so freaking cool. Like they didn't have to do that.
When you're pro-consumer, consumers will give you their money. Like this is what we've been trying to say.
What a lot of times happens, and like when something like this happens, like those features are only playable, or you're only allowed to use those features in the expansion. Yeah, like that's the only time you're able to use those. Sure, the weapons might be added into the base game, like they do with Destiny and all that stuff, but like whatever specific features that were released with that expansion are only available in that expansion, Right. So the fact that all those features are going to be released into the base game for absolutely free, like you don't need the expansion to get that, I did not expect that. And I love CD Projekt Red for that. Like this is a very, very good way to get people back into their good graces. Like that's impressive. It's just plain impressive.
I mean, it's just smart. I mean, it's not even just smart. It's fucking common sense.
Yeah.
Give people free stuff, they'll give you money. It's ironic almost sometimes. Like, Jesus Christ. Finally, we see companies doing something right.
Yeah, seriously. Look, CD Projekt Red had a bumpy road with Cyberpunk 2077, right? They bit off a lot more than they could chew. They didn't deliver on it, but they pulled like a Hello Games No Man's Sky thing, came around, fixed up the game, made it better, and are just being absolute bros now. And man, oh man, do I love it. I love to see it. This is why I love gaming. This is exactly what I love to see in gaming. So,
apologize for that.
You're good. What did you do? What did your whole mic just fall?
Yeah, it just randomly fell. Thank you for that. Gravity.
Oh my god.
You're so great. I fucking love Gravity. It's the best thing ever.
Let me just run through really quick everything that's going to be announced or included. We're going to be getting a whole new district into the game. Dozens, and this is why I love CD Projekt Red's expansions, because they never fail to deliver. Dozens of new story quests and gigs. I know what he's doing. Vehicle combat and mounted weaponry, revamped police system, combat AI overhaul, endless dynamic events and missions, endless, I really hope it's endless, redesigned cyberware and perks, all new relics, skill tree and abilities, increased level cap, which I also love, and 100 plus new items, weapons, cyberware, fashion, and more. Holy shit. I cannot wait for this expansion. More because I get to go back to and I really hope that you can just continue on with the character that you originally created. And I don't know why you wouldn't, but, you know, sometimes shit be shit. So, I love my original character. My original character is my favorite. I started a new game with a new character, and while, yeah, it was fun, my original character was far better, and I loved him so much because Nomad is the best life path to start out with.
I have no recollection of this because I cannot say I've played this before.
Well, maybe you should pick it up and jump into it.
I'm good.
No, I know it's not your style. This game is just not your style.
Yeah, for some reason it just didn't pop off to me. I mean, it was just like, and it's like I'm very much into FPS. I'm very much into, you know, sandboxes, RPGs, pretty much all the mainstream genres, and some of the outside ones too. But so this should be right up my alley. But I don't know. It just didn't really hit for me. So
I mean, you can always give it a shot and try it out again.
I mean, that's true. That
on PC. True.
Now that your boy is about to ascend. Your boy bought a 4070 the other day. And a Ryzen 9, and 32 gigs of RAM, and it's gonna be so much fun. But we have some complications, but we're gonna talk about that later. Probably in the post.
Proper post. Yeah, guys, if you didn't know already, we have a proper post. That is our post show where we give, you know, updates and insights into us and stuff going on, along with just, you know, relevant things that are happening. So we put that over. Basically, we upload that every single Monday over on Spotify. So go check it out. But anyways, guys, that was our top 5 surprises from Gamescom Opening Night Live 2023. What do you think? Were these some of the same surprises that you were surprised by? Did you have more? Let us know everything in the comment section below. We always appreciate hearing from you guys. So please interact. We love to see your comments. We love to bring them up. We love to engage with the community. We love to build a community.
Yeah, where my Killer 4-3 fans at? Come on, bro.
Seriously, come on.
Where my Killer 4-2 squad?
Guys, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, not subscribed yet, perfect time to do so. We're trying to get up to 200 subbies. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notified whenever those videos go live. We appreciate you. Have an amazing weekend. Next week, PSA, we will not be having a video. I will be in Mexico, but you will still get the proper post on Spotify because I now, you know, schedule those like I should have been doing in the first place. So every single Monday, 8 a.m., those things get uploaded. So go check them out. And then we won't have a proper post for the following Monday. We won't have a video next Friday. But we'll get back to it right when I get back on September 4th. So thank you guys for sticking around. We appreciate you guys. Jules, thank you for hanging out as per usual.
Of course.
Hopefully we might have another guest coming on. Maybe Ed wants to hop on sometime. We'll figure it out. We like to have guest appearances. Guys, thank you much for watching. Stay excellent. We'll see you guys in the next video in 2 weeks. Peace.